Tonight we're doing a reading to see what your higher self is looking for in a life partner. And we have 3 piles. 1, 2, 3. Take a minute to get in touch with your intuition and pick the pile that you feel most drawn to. Remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It is a collective reading, so it may not fit your situation. And we're going to get started with pile 1. So first I have some cards to describe who you are as a person. We have fair-minded, non-judgmental, open to change, lives in the moment. 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, Temperance, and the Tower. So you're somebody who's very balanced and grounded, someone who's very adaptable and flexible to changing situations, but someone who is very strong and stable within themselves, someone who's very family-oriented, someone who really enjoys deeper connections and is very giving and loving, very balanced in how they give and love to others, someone who loves with the innocence and purity of a child in a way, someone who really seeks very deeply rooted connections because you like to have very long-term connections, someone who may have a lot of dramatic changes in their life that shock everybody with how easily you handle those changes, able to go with the flow easily. Somebody who, you also may be somebody who is also very abundant in your life as well, or people see you as someone who has a lot. So we have an advice card. We have a couple advice cards actually. We have authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I will say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it, but at least they know it because I've said it, and that's way better than leaving a passive-aggressive note about it. So remember to be yourself completely in order to draw in people we really want in our lives. It's very important to be ourselves completely, to come out of the box and to be truly what we are deep down before all the scars caused us to question what we were saying and what we were doing because other people might not understand it. We have go within to find the answers. What do you truly want? And we have take down the armor. It is safe to let your defenses down. So there's a need to heal past scars or past pain, and it may be buried deep within to where you don't even notice that it's there, but there's something that's causing you to build a wall around your heart a little bit, and it could even be that you aren't sure exactly what you want. Taking the time to just be by yourself in the quiet with your thoughts will allow you to be able to go deeper inside to understand yourself better, to understand what you want, and be truthful with yourself as well. Also be very open-minded. Maybe the person you really want is something completely different than the normal types of people that you really generally tend to go after. So in order to understand what you want, you might have to delve in a little bit deeper because it might be something you never would have dreamed possible that you would want in a person. And then these are cards that are going to describe the type of person that your higher self would like to be in a relationship with. We have dreamy, imaginative, creative, and romantic. And from looking at your cards too, you might be somebody who's very logical as well. So, you might not have ever thought of dating someone who's very, like, artistic or eccentric could be a good word for it too. Logical, balanced, temperate, and decisive. So somebody who has a good balance of both of those sides, kind of like the temperance card we have over here in your pile. We have the cosmic egg. That's a really long one, but I'm going to read it from the book. And the gazelle. We have Six of Pentacles. So somebody who's very generous, someone who gives very freely, someone who doesn't care what you have to offer because it will be worth everything to them, and vice versa. Somebody who gives of the right things, somebody who's very grounded, balanced, generous, somebody who's able to move beyond conflict swiftly and easily, which makes sense since you have the Temperance card as well, because you're somebody who can do that. And it provides an equal give and take in this relationship dynamic as well. Somebody who is able to express the truth or express inner knowledge from their experiences they've been through as well. Somebody who might have overcome a lot of trauma in their life, somebody who has really learned and grown from the things they've been through. Someone who's gotten over low self-esteem issues. Somebody who has been able to find their worth and has been able to release guilt and shame. Somebody who has really learned a lot through their experiences in their life and is very competitive in a healthy way. And you might have been somebody who didn't feel good enough in the past. So you might have gone after people who weren't as giving and generous as you. And now it's time to go after somebody who is as giving as and generous as you are, to feel like you are worthy of having someone who is generous and caring. Somebody who's able to set healthy boundaries, someone who's very clear-cut, smart, perceptive, somebody very experienced and teaches the wisdom and knowledge that they have accumulated. And this could be like a teacher. It could also be somebody who has a lot of smarts in other ways and teaches people how to overcome traumas, kind of sounds like. Could be a therapist of some kind, possibly too, even. Understanding, blunt truth, smart, logical knowing, teaching others from experience, somebody who's been through a lot and gained a lot of experience and wisdom, somebody who's perceptible, knowledgeable, keen, someone who stands in their power and doesn't let others walk over the top of them, probably because in the past they accepted less than what they were worth as well, and they're a very generous and giving person, so they might have their walls up a little bit. And you guys are kind of mirroring that energy of having the walls up a little bit as well. Once you are able to take down your walls a bit through patience and persistence, this person will be able to take down theirs a little bit as well. But it's because of their generous, giving side of themselves that they've built these walls a little bit. Someone who's very focused on the truth, intelligent, articulate, honest, trustworthy. Someone who's in alignment. Somebody who might bring a sudden awareness or awakening into your life. Someone who's very focused on taking action. Someone who knows that everything happens for a reason and is able to focus with clarity. Able to cut through any BS. And there's a few different cards here that are talking about a reconciliation as well. This one says feelings changing for the better, leaving shame and guilt behind, understanding pain and loss, coming out of sadness or loss. Changes bring emotional growth. So this could be somebody who maybe has had an awakening because of the sadness they're feeling. This could have been somebody who might have been hurt as well by an unequal give and take. And you might have been able to gain a balance over some of your codependency issues in the past. There may have been some kind of jealousy or competition going on, or feelings of low self-worth that were going on that were causing you to project that onto this person if this is a reconciliation. And we have the Six of Cups, which is a soulmate card, a very deeply rooted connection. It's also about someone from your past as well as reconciliations a lot of time. But either way, this is someone who's really coming out of sadness or loss, even if it has nothing to do with you and this isn't a reconciliation. There's somebody who received very unfair treatment in the past, someone who was very not feeling very good about themselves because of their generosity to others was taken advantage of, and they were walked all over, and then they had to set their boundaries and pull themselves out of that. And now they're at the point where they're coming out of that and seeing the truth of where they want to go going forward, ready to communicate. Somebody who's a very communicative person in general. Now I'm going to read those two cards out of the book. We have Cosmic Egg. That's this one. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The Cosmic Egg is the final card in the Journey of the Animal Spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the Cosmic Egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The Cosmic Egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It is through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. Makes me think of a reconciliation again, as well. A rebirth, shedding of the old skin, and moving forward. The Cosmic Egg and the seventh chakra. The subtle essence of the Cosmic Egg resides at the crown chakra at the top of the head, called Sahasrara. I can't say that. And one of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upwards towards that one. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of a million suns. And I would say that it's a very high level soulmate connection of some kind as well. So for the Gazelle, we have heightened awareness and ability, vulnerable. The Gazelle represents supreme grace with every move. This awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment, to sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. When in balance, graceful, perceptive, artistic. When out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, racing mind. To bring into balance, yin yoga, a cozy home, and good food. So this person may be somebody who experiences a fair amount of anxiety as well. And if it's somebody that's from your past, it may be that they're also worried about moving forward in this situation for some reason. That really matches the Queen of Swords as well. Somebody who cuts through all the BS, somebody who really can use her words to communicate very well. Sometimes she can be very cutting and hurt people as well, especially if she has a lot of walls up, which it looks like she kind of does. But the greatest relationships a lot of times take a lot of work and effort. Anyway, that's about what I got for this pile, so thank you for watching. And I'm moving to pile 2. So pile 2. And we have some cards to get to know you first. We have Love's Reading, Introspective, Thoughtful, Knows Self. We have the Ace of Wands, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Sun. So this one's somebody who is very passionate, creative, innovative, sees things from a very different perspective than others. Somebody who's very enlightened and brings that enlightenment to others. Somebody who is very strong, passionate, bold, courageous. Somebody who's ready to take action to go after their dreams. This could be somebody who is a business owner, somebody who is going after a creative endeavor, somebody who's very positive, happy, somebody who's very awakened and enlightened, someone who has a lot of faith and trust in the universe and divine timing, someone who is very psychic, intuitive, knowing, someone who's very open to new experiences, passionate, playful, ready to take action, has a lot of new thoughts and ideas, someone who has a lot of self-love and who radiates that love out to others around them. Wow. Good pile. So, we have a couple advice cards here. We have communication. Wonder how that other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses out of everyone, including the person who came up with that aorphism. So you also might be somebody who's very mysterious and secretive as well, who maybe holds a lot of your passion or ideas or thoughts back, and that's telling you to express those things. Express those things. Communicate to others, ask questions, tell them your deepest thoughts. Rise to the occasion, let fear breed courage within. Taking action to go after your passions, your ideas, your thoughts, your innovations. Release the past and forgive yourself and others for past pains. Being able to let go, to be able to forgive, to be understanding, compassionate, having that self-love to be able to love yourself and love others in a way that understands that we're all human, and that we're all doing the best that we can in the moment in time that we're in. And that would be the advice going forward. So I think you're having a lot of growth right now that is making you into this person that is ready to go after their dreams and ready to awaken to this self-love within, ready to be able to express yourself and your true passions and desires and leaving the guilt and shame behind. And so for the person that your higher self truly wants to be with, we have hopeful, faith, trusting, sees the bigger picture. So somebody that's a lot like that high priestess there. You guys might be mirroring each other in this relationship a little bit as well. Kind of like the first pile. Wise, leader, understanding, empathetic. So someone who maybe has a following, someone who really is a very understanding, empathetic person and who cares about others genuinely, someone who trusts that everything that happens for a reason, someone who is able to pull themselves back and see the bigger picture, someone who is really very trusting and has a lot of faith and is very hopeful, someone very knowledgeable or wise. A lot of times when it comes to understanding, empathetic, wise leaders, they generally have been through a lot in their life and have learned a lot from it, and which is why they're able to see things from so many different perspectives and able to understand what others are going through. We have the moth, the horse. We have the King of Wands over here as well. So somebody who is a lot like you. Having the courage to go after what you really want, innovative, bold, courageous, calculated, risk taker, protective, knowing what you want, passionate, working for what you want,